By the way, maybe you are wondering, how do I deal with the most problematic aspect of my existence, the riding? So we ask yourself, of course, I mean, the streets are kind of like empty because of the road, but do people still, I mean, go out, to ride, to initiate this kind of riding sessions, against my will? Do they still do it? Well, what kind of an question is that? You don't know humans? You don't know Israelis? Of course they do, many did. So do I get out of it because now I know how to do so? Certainly not. Certainly not. I fish them. I am now fishing them. Going all around the place to collect the brave guys that want to get the energy and the immune systems of an innocent person without his consent. And this evening, very soon, we will start our session. Of course, now I am armed with new all sort of sauce, like how it's actually done. Of course, according to my estimation, maybe I'm wrong, the key aspect that was missing until now with regards to the Neros is that there was no Nero sign. There was no symbol. How do I expect to pull the Neros that are all mine, of course, back from them if there is no sign of the Nero? But it's still, it's obviously, the hookah was, a major factor in the demise of many, because what actually happened is pulling of oxygen. And this was amplified by the fact that there was just in front of me, there was the electrolysis, paintings, like H2O to H2O2, which can be seen as increasing oxygen. So, and also of course the bubbles. So what I think happens is that I actually taken oxygen from these guys, which is also it's not a bad outcome, and improved our well-being tremendously, as you might sense just by this happy smile and positive outlook about life. But we also, oxygen is not enough. We need our robots back. But fortunately, there is no shortage of riders, and I already feel the effects in my body. Like they already start this nice a thing of infecting an innocent person with diseases. I can already feel it, but soon we will be home, and we will, after a nice meal, we will start our own session of, if they ride us, maybe we can, do some kind of reverse bicycle. Maybe, by the way, that's why they call it, it's so much, I never thought about it, but maybe it's another reason. I have thought about it, but not, of course I've thought about it, but not from that aspect, but that's, what's the relationship between the bicycle and the Neros? And, so yeah, one of the symbols of the Neros are the bicycle, and it's prominent in my art since long ago. But the bicycle starships, famously, and and also the bicycle bacteria, which is based on the bicycle starship, but more biological variation. But what I think happens is that they do it in their rooms while they are probably naked. When they look at, the subject that they look at is just a bicycle, because it's kind of a very common thing. And you need two symbols. So there is two, and maybe the wheel actually, resembles a Nero. Even though, I must say that it's still a conundrum to me, even though, just from the beginning, way before I've actually seen a Nero in my own eyes, under the microscope, I actually, painted the bicycle symbol. But after, we have now 10 months of examinations of these creatures, admittedly not with the base microscope, but I've never seen the excels, the radial lines from the center to the perimeter that is kind of that is prominent feature of bicycle wheels, and I've never seen these actually. It's always looked like rings or tubes, and it might be something that you can see with a better microscope, or different kind of microscopy, maybe, I don't know, like oil immersion, something like that. And it might be something that you can see with electron microscope, I don't know. Or it might be something that is more like, logical than physical. Or, like maybe, electrical currents, or maybe magnetic field, or I don't know, if anyone, I'm sure that by now many people actually have watched this stuff under the microscope. It's not that difficult to get these, and I'm sure that you have a better microscope than what I have. So, if you have if you've seen the axis, the rods from the center to the perimeter, it's interesting. I've never seen these, in my life. And I suspect that it's either something that is metaphorical that relates to the actual function of the neuron, or that is something logical. Not metaphorical, but metaphorical and logical are not the same. Metaphorical, it means that it is related to the function, not to the form. And logical means that it's something that you don't really, it's not something physical that you see in your own eyes, but something actually takes place, along those lines. For example, as I said, magnetic field or electrical current, or maybe osmosis, or I don't know, because we've seen them eating stuff, so maybe something like digestion, I don't know. Maybe it's a weapon, that they use to chop their enemies or something like that. Interesting question. Anyway, this will be a very interesting evening, and maybe what I will do, with accordance with these things, is something that I haven't done in a bit, which is, actually I've never done it, Interestingly, I've done it in sculpturing. I've never painted a painting of a Nero, one, in monograph. Yes, of course, they were featured prominently in my art, and I've created sculptures of them many times. Mostly they are in my mother's apartment, I think, if they survived. But I don't think that I painted one, in close-up. Because I don't really know how it looks. Honestly, I don't really know how it looks in close-up. I have all sorts of guesses, but I don't really know how it looks. I'm limited by, the microscope. But I have my own kind of it's okay to be, to be artistic, to give your interpretation. So that's what I will do today. And of course, we will have the sculptures, and that symbolize the Nero, and we will have the hookah, and we will see, who wins this bicycle riding Olympic tournament.